Hello, Music Survey Tech class. I am Jaron Welty. My group had technology, and my project is on the very first cell phone. And the very first cell phone was created by Dr. Martin Cooper in April of 1973. But what happened before this? Well, the basic concept originated with car phones in 1947. AT&T wanted to increase service area to make these more popular, but the technology wasn't really there. And since car phones and cell phones are technically a type of radio, the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, had control over regulations. In 1947, AT&T proposed their idea of increasing service area to the FCC, and this was that they should set up frequency towers for large-scale country-wide communication. Basically, they had the idea for the first cell phone tower. The FCC agreed, but limited it to only 23 calls at a time. But in 1968, they began to reconsider this, but only if a better form of technology was created to use it. Then, 5 years later, in 1973, like I said before, Dr. Martin Cooper created the first cellular telephone. His first call was to his competitor John Engel of AT&T and Bell Labs, kind of as a gloating type thing. And in 1977, Bell Labs, not Dr. Martin Cooper, Bell Labs constructed a prototype cellular system for the cell phone to be used. Trials began in 1978 in Chicago for the public use of cell phones. And in this trial, over 2,000 people participated with cell phones. And, on a kind of side note, the very first commercial cell phone system, not the US, this system started in Tokyo in 1979, and this was other organizations than the ones I'm talking about here. But in 1983, the US finally had their very first commercial cell phone system. And since the original idea in 1947, demand for the invention was just increasingly high. And by 1987, over 1 million cell phones were in use. And from there, demand just kept increasing. Cell phones were becoming a very common item for most people to have, and eventually the people wanted more. And now, since the original invention of Dr. Cooper, his phone in 1973, 41 years later, we have cameras, music players, memory capacity, high processing speeds, touchscreens, many different sizes, and just the complete and total access to the information of the world, all in the palm of our hand. Just imagine where we would be without this invention. Bibliography. Thank you.